The next kingdom which we are going to study, student, kingdom fungi, the third kingdom. Kingdom fungi is called as connecting link between unicellular and multicellular organism. Why? Because before fungi there are two kingdoms which are having unicellular organism, that is kingdom Monera and kingdom Protista. After kingdom fungi there are two kingdoms which have only multicellular organism, that is kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia with few exceptions. That is why, student, kingdom fungi is called as connecting link between unicellular and multicellular organism. Now we are going to study features of kingdom fungi. The very first feature is regarding cell organization. Which type of cell is present in fungi? It is eukaryotic cell. Next, the body of fungi is multicellular. Multicellular means it is made up of many cells with one exception, and that exception is yeast. Now we'll discuss the structure of body. The body of fungi is filamentous body. What is filamentous body? The body consists of filament-like structure or thread-like structure. You must have seen this thing when you must have eaten mushroom or when you must have opened the mushroom body. When you open mushroom body, you can see there are strip-like structure, and that strip-like structure is nothing but the filament of the body. And this filament of the body is called hyphae. So let's see what are the varieties of hyphae present in fungi. So there are two types of hyphae present in fungal body. They are called as septate and aseptate. What is meaning of septate? Septate means presence of septum and aseptate means absence of septum. Let's see how it looks. Speaking about septate, the septate hyphae will show segments like this, and aseptate hyphae will not show any segments. The segments are called as septum. Now speaking about varieties present under it. Septate as well aseptate, both of them have two to more varieties. Speaking about septate, they have uninucleated and multinucleated. What is meaning of uninucleated? Presence of single nucleus. Multinucleated, presence of many nucleus. So let's see how this uninucleated and multinucleated hyphae looks like. Now speaking about uninucleated hyphae looks like this. A single nucleus in septate hyphae. So uninucleated septate hyphae. Multinucleated, many nucleus. Very simple. So this is multinucleated septate hyphae. Speaking about aseptate, this is aseptate. Inside aseptate hyphae, if there is one nucleus present, then it is called as uninucleated aseptate hyphae. If many nucleus are present, then it is called as multinucleated aseptate hyphae. So the terms used for both is same. Now, there is one specific name for multinucleated aseptate hyphae. The term is coinocytic hyphae. Again, I am repeating what is coinocytic hyphae. Coinocytic hyphae is multinucleated aseptate hyphae. Here we completed with types of hyphae. Now we are going to study the next characteristics of fungi, that is mode of nutrition. Now what is meaning of mode of nutrition? Mode of nutrition means obtaining food by some process. The only way of obtaining food in case of fungi is saprophytic. So, in short, we are going to study in detail what is meaning of saprophytic mode of nutrition. Saprophytic means absorption of nutrients, or it is mean external digestion, or the fourth term is extracellular digestion. Now, I will explain you what is meaning of external digestion. Before that, we need to understand what is meaning of internal digestion. In our case, we carry out internal digestion. Internal digestion means the food is taken in, the enzymes are secreted inside the body. After secreting the enzyme, the food is broken down inside the body and the nutrients are absorbed inside the body. But it is totally opposite in external digestion. In case of external digestion, when fungi or bacteria, now we'll speak about only fungi because we are studying kingdom fungi. When fungi realize there is food in its surrounding, they go near to the food and secrete enzyme out of the body. This enzyme will carry out enzymatic action on food outside the body and will break down the food outside the body, converting it into slimy paste. After it gets converted into slimy paste, the fungi will enter that paste and the whole body surface will absorb the nutrients. And this process is called as saprophytic mode of nutrition. I hope you understood. Next we are going to study mode of reproduction. Now we are going to study mode of reproduction. In case of mode of reproduction, fungi carry out both sexual as well as asexual process. In case of asexual, which process is carried out? Two processes. It can be either fragmentation or it can be spore formation. Fragmentation means breaking the two hyphae into two. As the fragments are present in the body, so commonly the process carried out will be fragmentation. Now, speaking about sexual reproduction. The process of sexual reproduction differ from types of fungi. So different types of fungi carry out different process of sexual reproduction. We'll see in when we study types of fungi. But what is the basic thing happening in sexual reproduction? The basic thing which happens in sexual reproduction is fertilization. Now what is fertilization? Fusion of two gametes to form zygote, or in short, fusion of two haploid cells to form diploid cell. Next we are going to study types of fungi. There are four major types of fungi. They are called as Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. Why they are called as mycetes? Because the group of hyphae which is present in fungal body is called as mycelium. That is why the name of fungi is ending with mycetes. Mycelium means fungal body and mycetes the derivative of mycelium. So the four fungi are Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. Now we'll study each fungi in detail. I will start with Phycomycetes. Now, Phycomycetes. Phyco, any term starting with phyco, photo, it is plant related. Phyco means plant related, mycetes means fungal body. So Phycomycetes fungi obviously will look like some plant, and that plant is algae. That is why the another name of Phycomycetes is algal fungi. Now speaking about Phycomycetes, they have coinocytic hyphae. I hope you remember, student, I taught you few minutes back what is coinocytic hyphae. Coinocytic hyphae, again I am repeating, it is multicellular aseptate hyphae. So which hyphae is present in Phycomycetes? It is coinocytic hyphae. Now, the mode of reproduction. They carry out both asexual and sexual. Speaking about asexual, they carry out fragmentation. Now speaking about sexual reproduction, the process is carried out with the help of spore formation. Now student, you must be confused. Few minutes back I told you asexual process, under asexual process, the second one which I had mentioned, it was spore formation. So when it is spore formation in case of asexual process, then how come it happens in case of sexual? I will explain it over here. In case of asexual, the spore formation process is exogenous. And if the spores are formed inside the body, then it is sexual reproduction, and that spore formation process is called as endogenous. So in case of Phycomycetes sexual reproduction, the spore formed is endogenous spore, and it is formed in a spatial structure that is called as sexual organ of Phycomycetes, and the name of that sexual organ is sporangium. Plural is called as sporangium. So we completed with the sexual reproduction of fungi. Now I will give you examples of Phycomycetes. The examples of Phycomycetes are mucor and rhizopus. But there is one Phycomycetes which is called as albugo, that is not saprophytic. Being fungi, it is parasitic. So this exception you have to remember from entrance exam point of view. So examples are we completed with the first fungi. Now we'll continue with the second fungi. The name of the second fungi is Ascomycetes. Mycetes means fungal body and asco means sac-like body. That is why the another name of Ascomycetes is sac fungi. Now, which type of hyphae is present in case of Ascomycetes? The hyphae which is present in case of Ascomycetes is branched hyphae. Now, how does this branched hyphae look? It looks somewhat like this. If this is one hyphae, this is another hyphae, this is third one, and how the tree branches, same way they also branch. And this is called as branch hyphae. The next thing which we have to discuss is regarding asexual and sexual process. Speaking about asexual process, in case of Ascomycetes, it is through spore formation. Now I hope you remember which type of spores will be formed for asexual process. The spore formed is exogenous spore. So asexual process takes place with the help of exogenous spore formation. Next, we are going to speak about sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction in case of Ascomycetes will take place through formation of endogenous spore formation. Now let's see how these endogenous spores are formed and where it is formed. These endogenous spores are formed in a spatial body called The examples of Ascomycetes is penicillium. There are many other examples, out of which yeast is an exception. Why yeast is an exception? Because of body structure. Other Ascomycetes are having branched hyphae, but yeast is having one cell. It is unicellular. Now we'll study the third fungi. The name of the third fungi is Basidiomycetes. Speaking about Basidiomycetes, student, which kind of hyphae is present? The hyphae which is present in Basidiomycetes is same like Ascomycetes. So, which hyphae is present? Branched hyphae. Now, what is meaning of Basidiomycetes? Mycetes means fungi or fungal body, and basidio means club shape. That is why this fungi is also called as club fungi. Now we are going to study the mode of reproduction in Basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes carry out asexual reproduction. Now we are going to study mode of reproduction in Basidiomycetes. Speaking about mode of reproduction, they doesn't carry out asexual reproduction. They carry out only sexual reproduction, but they don't have sexual organ. Now, the question arises, when they don't have a sexual organ, how is sexual process carried out? So what happens in their life, once they get matured, in favorable condition, two hyphae fuse together and they form a structure which is called as dicaryons. Now this dicaryons gradually develop into that spatial organ, and that spatial organ is called as basidia. Inside basidia, fruit-like structure is formed which is called as basidiocarp. Inside basidiocarp, that endogenous spores are produced, which are called as basidiospores. So this is how the process is completed in the life of Basidiomycetes. This is how the process is completed. The example of Basidiomycetes is Puccinia. Now we'll study next and the last types of fungi, that is Deuteromycetes. Now what is Deuteromycetes? Mycetes means fungal body and deutero means fake or temporary. Why they are called as temporary or fake fungi? Because this fungus, they don't know what type of reproduction they should carry out. In fact, from beginning, they don't have any sexual resemblance. Later on in their life, if they get sporangia, they are called as Phycomycetes. If they get asci, then they are called as Ascomycetes. And if they get dicaryons form, then they are called as Basidiomycetes. So, temporarily they remain what they are, but later they have to choose one life out of the three fungi which I taught you before this. That is why they are called as temporary fungi. The example of Deuteromycetes is Alternaria. The next the next kingdom, that is kingdom Plantae, will study in the next video. Thank you very much, students.